On a Singer 401, 401A, there are 5 sets of gear, 5 of them. When you lift the cover, just be careful because you can drop the door here when you undo the cover, top cover. So at the rear here you have a vertical metal gear and a nylon one. Then you have another set right underneath the cable, this one, and there is the one underneath. These are together. Then if you lift the camshaft, there is a gear right there, as you can see it, and it has a correspondent on the camshaft itself. Camstack has a bottom gear, so maybe you want to lubricate that thing. And then right at the bottom we have the 2 gears when you remove the bottom cover. So one it's there and the other one here, all metals. The bottom cover is just usually a simple knob in the center. You remove it. For the gear underneath the camstack, you have access here on the left side. You can put it on the Q-tip, a little bit of grease, put it on right there. You can see that's the shaft and that's the gear on the shaft. And just turn the hand well and just turn it the correct way. The grease will spread on the gear on the camstack as well. You don't have to lift the whole assembly. The camstack itself is not that difficult to remove. What you want to do is just make sure you know how to time it when you put it back in place. I will show you that in a moment, but before, let me just suggest here, because this well it's nylon, do not use any petroleum grease, just synthetic grease on it. It's the only one that's not metal. This one you can actually grease just the top gear, and maybe just the bottom one is going to get lubrication from it. Before I go there, I just want to give you a small warning. You see my cables, how they look? This is the metal part of the cable, and they sit in there not very strongly secured. I suggest you just inspect these caps. They are correctly tightened over the cable, maybe shorten the cable so it doesn't look like this, and just mark which cable it goes with which one so you don't interchange them. There's also a bracket here that kind of sits on the chassis and protects the cable inside. I want to make sure the cable doesn't come close to the gears when it sits in there. Now for the camstack has a notch at the top. When you look, you may also have a black plastic cam on top of it. Just slide it off. That's the special cam, basically, that says here special. The top one, mine didn't have it. Now you have this notch here on one side, and the whole idea is that when you remove the thing, when you put it back in place, you want to time it. This line here must be aligned with either the tip of this follower, so you see there's like a notch here, either with that one or with this one, when the needle it's at the lowest position. So basically what you do is just bring the needle the lowest and put the camstack back in place, and make sure this line it's aligned either with this one or with this tip. Basically you can align that line with either this one and with either that one, and the needle should be at both moments at the lowest position, and that's your adjustment, that's your timing. So when you put the camstack back in place and you see it's not aligned and the needle it's at the lowest, simply just lift it a little bit and rotate it to engage on the next gear. Basically just like this. You have kind of, it depends on the gear that's underneath, you just fit the 2 gears together and you have several positions. One of the position is going to match with both of those indicators while the needle is at the lowest. The camstack is going to be secure with this kind of nut. Just grab pliers and at the top of the nut just turn it counterclockwise to unlock it. Then you are going to lift it, and also has kind of a black spring. It goes together, and see, if you look inside here, this is your notch, and those bits, we call them cam followers, you can actually lift and lower them with the front knob. One of the knobs, it's attached I think with the front one, the other it's attached with the rear one, so you can just pull on these knobs. Actually the front one you can just push, and if you rotate it you will see that cam comes up and you just align it with the notch. The same with the white knob. I think you are going to pull on it and you are going just to rotate it, and it's moving that cam follower at the top if you want to align the notch with this guy here. And also when you remove the cam stack, it's sometimes good to lower those things. Lower right to the bottom all the way. Let's see, just like that. Lower them all the way and maybe rotate a little bit the hand well, and just to make sure they don't grab on anything when you lift all this cam stack together. Before greasing a gear, I like to use an old tool brush and just clean the gear, make sure you rotate it and clean again. This will remove all the metal particles, and those particles create wear at the surface. So just wipe that off, and when it's clean, put some grease on it. Don't forget a droplet of oil on this cam as well, which rotates in there.